Hi, my name is Evan Nielsen from Nielsen Law Group, and I want to briefly discuss debt settlement. Whenever you're in a position where you have debts that are no longer of value to you, for example, a credit card that's maxed out, you're unable to pay, or there may be other kinds of debts in that same category where you need to resolve them. Settling the debt is one possible approach to that. Debt settlement is essentially where you get the lender to agree to accept an amount that is less than the total amount of the debt in order to resolve the issue. And that can be either a lump sum payment or a series of payments over time. But the best settlements are usually lump sum payments that take care of the entire obligation. Now, something you also need to remember when it comes to debts, particularly in this situation, is that you may be getting phone calls and letters and threats of lawsuits and a number of other things. You also have rights when it comes to settling debt and debt collection in general that are guaranteed by federal law as well as whatever state you live in most cases. So be aware that there are rights that you have. You'll notice when you actually get into the settlement process that depending on the lender, there is a wide range of what they're willing to accept. Many credit card companies will be willing to accept as little as 20 to 30%, and in some cases even less than that, to settle the full amount. A HELOC, a home equity line, or a second mortgage on your home may accept a few $1,000s to settle the entire debt as part of a short sale. On the other hand, an auto lender will probably be very hesitant to accept anything less than 5, 10, maybe 15% discount on their debt. Credit unions are also very hesitant to accept much of a discount when it comes to settling debt. So depending on the type of lender, you will see a wide range. But in most cases, it is possible to settle the debt for less than the full amount that's owed in order to resolve the situation. Now, something to keep in mind, whenever you're involved in a debt settlement process, wherever you keep your money, whichever banking institution that's in, should not be the same institution that you're trying to settle debt with, because you're running the risk of them being able to access your funds or see that you have money, and that'll compromise your ability to be effective in settling the debt. You should also be aware that in most cases, it's better to use someone as a representative when you're settling the debt than to try and do it yourself directly. And that means usually that you're going to retain a law firm to try and attempt to resolve the issue for you instead of you doing it yourself. If you do it yourself, you can in some cases be successful, but most of the time the creditor will not take you as seriously, nor will you be able to get as good a discount as if you use a law firm or other debt settlement agency. Keep in mind too that you have other options besides just debt settlement. There may be other solutions that you should explore with your legal advisor. Bankruptcy, for example, may be one that makes sense, or a short sale, or some other approach. So debt settlement is one of several options that you should consider. That's how the process works in general. Those are the things to be aware of in general. And I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, we'd be glad to visit with you about it. We wish you the best.